Introduction. In this section, you will learn what preference assessments are, about the importance of preference assessments, individual preferences, continuous assessments, reinforcer surveys, formal preference assessments, and preparation before an assessment. What are preference assessments and why are they important? Preference assessments are a procedure to identify an individual's favorite things so they can be used as potential reinforcers. Identifying powerful or high-quality reinforcers are a necessary component to increase skill acquisition, decrease problem behaviors, and increase the learner's motivation. Using these reinforcers and pairing them with other items during your session is important to increase the number of items your client prefers. Preferences. Learners have individual preferences that vary over time, depending on various things, such as satiation, that is, having had a lot of something, deprivation, not having had something for some time, and conditioning history, that is, items that have been paired with other reinforcers. For example, the following may or may not serve as reinforcers for some people, but certainly not all the time. High fives from the behavior technician, hugs from mom, smiles and words like good job, salty chips, tickles, and playing hide and seek. Continuous assessment. It is important for RBTs to identify the learner's preferences as frequently as possible. We recommend you conduct full assessments during the initial assessment, periodically, that is, every 4 months, when context or life events change, for example, a new school year, vacation or after holidays, and major life changes such as having a new sibling. You can conduct mini assessments pre-session as frequently as possible. Examples of mini assessments will be provided in the following sections. One method of identifying learners' potential reinforcers has been to ask parents, teachers, or caregivers. Some known surveys include the Reinforcer Checklist, the Reinforcer Assessment for Individuals with Severe Disabilities, and Likert questions. Surveys can be used initially to select potential stimuli for preference assessments, but should not be used by itself to identify potential reinforcers. Limitations of reinforcer surveys. Reinforcer surveys have low predictive validity, which means there is low agreement between caregivers' report and direct observation of what functions as a reinforcer. Preference assessments should be used because they have high predictive validity, are a direct measure of preference, allow you to identify whether one stimulus is more preferred than the others, that is, they give you a preference hierarchy, and they give you more confidence on the stimuli you select as potential reinforcers. Some formal preference assessments are single stimulus, multiple stimulus without replacement, pair stimulus, and free operand. Before you begin any of these assessments, you need to find an appropriate place to conduct the assessment and set up the learning environment. That is, move the things around if necessary. You might not always have a table available. If that is the case, you might have to conduct the preference assessment on the floor, corner of the room, the couch, or the patio. Make sure you have all the required materials ready. For example, data sheets, pen, potential reinforcers, gloves for edibles, and trays and plates to present the stimuli simultaneously. And remove everything else, that is, no phones, water bottle, or any other unnecessary stimuli. Now get ready to answer a few checkpoint questions.